Welcome back to your EVS class, and I hope you had a wonderful time during this Diwali. You have enjoyed a lot, and although we couldn't burn crackers, but still we have enjoyed, right? So again, going back to the studies, so far we have completed 2 chapters in the syllabus which you were provided recently, right? That was chapter number 10 and 11. Fine. So today this is going to be the last chapter of your unit test 3 syllabus, which is chapter number 13, more about plants. Okay. So before we start with this lesson, everybody be in front of the book, and I'm going to give you explanation of each and every line. So without wasting much time, be in front of the book. Okay. Fine. So as you know, we are going to start with page number 78. What we are going to study in this lesson is more about plants. So in class 1 you were familiar with this lesson. That means you read about many plants, vegetables that you can find around you, right? So here you will get to know many more things apart from those. Okay, so let us study what are those. So on the extreme top of the page you will get to see names of many fruits and vegetables. So this is a very easy question that you can solve by yourself. So let us solve 2 to 3 out of them. The first one is potato. So what is that? A fruit or a vegetable? Yes, potato is a vegetable. The next one is carrot. So carrot is a correct vegetable. The next one, banana. Correct, banana is a fruit. And guava, yes, guava is also a name of a fruit. Okay, so like this you are going to write all these things in your book. Okay, so now we are going to discuss the parts of a plant. Okay, so what are the parts of a plant? Let's see. So children, you can see these are the parts of the plant. Fine. So what are those parts? Let us see. So the first that we are going to talk about is the flower. So this is the flower of the plant. The next comes the leaf, which is this one is the leaf. The next comes the fruit. So fruit is this part of the plant. Okay. The next comes the stem. So this is the stem of the plant. The next comes the root. This is the root of the plant, and which is underneath the soil, okay, which remains under the ground. So what is the work of each and every part of the plant we will now study. Okay, so starting from the fruit of the plant, which is this one. So a fruit contains seeds. Fine. It may contain 1 seed, it may contain 2 seeds, it may contain many seeds. So there are few fruits or vegetables which contain 1 seed, and some fruits or vegetables which contain 2 or more than 2 seeds, many seeds. Fine. So as you know that mango is the name of a fruit and it has 1 seed. Apple and oranges has few seeds, right? And fruits like watermelon and papayas have many seeds. Correct? Seed contain baby plant in them, which grows into a new plant in the presence of air, water and sunlight. Okay, so without the presence of all these 3 things, a plant cannot grow from a seed. Okay, so talking about the flower forms the fruit. Okay, and from there only we get to see this fruit. So then comes the leaves of the plant. Fine. So they differ in shapes and sizes. They are different from each other. You can see the size of this leaf is not the same size of that leaf, right? So they are in different shapes and sizes. They are generally in green color, and the work of a leaf is to prepare food for the plant in the presence of air, water and sunlight. Fine. Now talking about the stem of the plant, it gives support to the plant, okay, so that the plant can be fixed, it can stand fixed into the soil. Alright, and the other work of the stem is to carry food to each and every part of the plant. Fine. So this is a very important task that a stem does, right? Next comes the root, which is fixed into the soil and which we can found under the soil. The roots are not visible to us. It is because they are firmly fixed into the soil. It fixes the plant in the ground and does not let away the plant fall down. And the work of a root is to take nutrients and water from the soil, which is very helpful for the plant. Okay? So the plants also store their extra food into the stem and also into the roots. Fine. So we eat some of these stems and roots as vegetables. So potato, ginger and onion are common underground stems that we eat. So it is we also eat roots of plants like carrot and beetroot. So carrot and beetroot are actually the roots of the plant. That means they are found here. Fine. And potato, onion and ginger are all the stem of the plant. Okay. Once we are done with the parts of a plant, we are now going to study plants on land. So the different types of plants that we can find on the land. So look at on the page number 79. We are going to start from here. Okay, so pay attention. So plants growing on land are of different types. Trees are big plants, whereas they have a single woody stem called trunk. So this is called the trunk. Can you see this? Yes, so this is called the trunk of a tree. They have a single woody stem called a trunk. Neem, mango and banyan are examples of trees. So trees are big plants, okay? And neem, mango and banyan are all the examples of trees. Then comes the shrubs. So what are shrubs? Shrubs are generally smaller than trees. So they are smaller than trees. They have many thin woody stems near the ground. So shrubs have many thin woody stems near the ground. So they appear like a bush. Okay. Rose, hibiscus and cotton plants are examples of shrubs. Fine. Okay. So we have come to know about trees. We have also come to know about shrubs. Okay. They are bushy plants and trees are big plants. Now turn to the next page. We will study about herbs. So what are herbs? Herbs are generally smaller than shrubs. So shrubs are, if trees are this size, shrubs are this much of size and herbs are smaller than this one. So they have a single non-woody stem. Okay, so what is woody stem and non-woody stem? So the difference between woody and non-woody stem is that the non-woody stem is a little bit softer than the woody stem. Okay, and woody stem is little bit softer than the trunk of the trees. Okay, so let us continue. Herbs are generally smaller than shrubs. They have a single non-woody stem. Okay, what are the examples of herbs? Mint, coriander and spinach are examples of herbs. Okay, and these vegetables are very important. These herbs are very important for our health. Okay. Climbers. Talking about climbers, climbers have weak stems and need the support of other plants, walls and sticks for climbing. So as you know, the word climber has come from the word climb. That means they climb. Alright. They climb, need the support of other plants, walls and sticks to grow. Okay. Examples are grapevine, bean and bitter gourd are examples of climbers. Okay, so they cannot grow by themselves. They always need, the climbers always need the support of the other thing, the other plants. Okay. Probably you have also seen these climbers in your in your house itself, or maybe somewhere in your locality. Creepers. So what are creepers? Creepers have weak stems, that means climbers were also having weak stems, and creepers too have weak stems, but they grow along the ground. Okay, that means they do not need any support, but they keep on growing along the ground. So watermelon and strawberry are examples of creepers. Okay, creep means something that creep on the land, like snake. So they do not need any other place. So just like the snake, as they creep on the land, the creepers grow along the land. Sorry, the creepers grow along the ground. Now we are going to discuss plants in water. So today we will be discussing till this much only. The next part of the chapter will be discussed in the next tutorial. Okay. So let's see what are the plants in water. Some plants grow in seas, ponds and lakes. Lotus, water lily, water chestnut, hyacinth and duckweed are some common water plants. So these are the examples of some plants that grows in water. What are the uses of plants? Plants are useful to us in many ways. They keep the air clean and fresh, which you have continuously read and came across in the previous lessons of this your EVS book. We get fruits and vegetables from them. Plants are also used to make many useful things. So what are those? Those are oils, medicines, cloth, perfumes, tires and many other things, which we use every day. So these are some important things that we get from the plants and we use it in our everyday life. Okay, so we are done with the class. Your work is to read this chapter and learn all the types of the plants, their names, the examples of those plants, the creepers, the climbers, the examples of the creepers, climbers, shrubs, herbs, plants, trees, each and everything. Okay, just be prepared, and I don't think so you will face any problem. So in spite of that, if you face any problem, I'm always there to help you out. So here we are going to end our class. We will meet again in the next lesson. Till then, be prepared with this chapter, how much we have discussed today. Okay, and the other thing I want to let you know is that please practice the parts of the plant drawing. Okay, you need to either you can practice by drawing by yourself, you can color it, or also you may get labeling. During the exam, you may get to label the parts of the plant. This kind of question may come. Okay, so it's better to start practicing from today only. Okay, you may draw that picture only by using only pencil and eraser, or you may also color it and label them. Okay, so this is the work you will do today only. Okay, so meet you soon in the next tutorial. Till then, take care of yourself. Thank you.